Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, welcome to PFC21 question and answer session, I call it. Press conference, whatever you want. If you have any questions, you can come up to the microphone and ask them right here. We'll be more than happy to answer whatever you have. Christy. Oh, hold on one sec. He got lost. Why? What? You are a freak.
But my guy, Bradford, how you doing, man?
No.
Hey, Fred, how are
You
you?
feeling good?
I can't complain.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
And since your last fight, what is the thing you've been working on the most? What are you trying to improve on just to increase your skill sets?
My health and my cardio. That's been my biggest focus. This is the first time I've come into a fight 100% healthy, so I'm ready to see what I can do.
I got you. The typical injured through fight camp and just show up anyway, huh?
Always.
Absolutely. Who we got else over here? I can't see my glasses are a little torn.
Julius.
Here, I'll start right down here. What's your name, brother?
O'Shea.
O'Shea Jackpot.
O'Shea. Okay, I watched a little bit earlier. I don't know faces for everybody.
Right.
But
Do these
come-
mics work, or these
Yeah.
just for?
No,
for
you
looks?
just-
coming to Peak for your first time.
Oh,
Is this our first fight with Peak?
absolutely. First
Absolutely.
time.
How do you say your style? What is your biggest attribute that you think you bring to the fight game?
I think I'm probably the most exciting heavyweight there is on the regional scene for sure. There's not a lot of heavyweights that can do what I do, and I think I just bring a fairly dominant style. So it's exciting, and it's also very precise as well.
Do you have a specific game plan for your fight, or are you just looking to take any opportunity that it presents?
I can knock dudes out. I can tap dudes out. I can beat dudes up all fight. It just kind of depends on what smoke my opponent wants.
I got you. And let's see. I think we've got. I can't read. I'm horrible. Jonathan.
Snail.
Yeah.
Snell? Okay, sir. Okay.
That's me.
Let's see. And is as well as our first fight with Peak.
Yeah, it is actually.
Okay. I know
Surprisingly.
most of the guys who fought for Peak, so
Yeah.
I'm not trying.
I'm
to
from
be-
here, but I've never fought for.
Absolutely. And the same question I would ask: what do you think is your biggest attribute that you bring to the fight game, and what are you really trying to implement tomorrow when you get in the cage?
Man, I'd really just say probably my years of experience. I've been training for a really long time. I don't fight that often. It's just something that I do for myself. Not necessarily something I'm trying to, build a business out of or anything like that. But I don't know, man. He's going to come in there, and I heard he's a wrestler. I don't know much about him. I don't really look up my opponents. I'm just there to do what I'm good at.
Is that something you might let your coaches do, or look at film, or is it just something?
No,
you
I'm just showed up to fight, man.
Okay.
We don't.
Okay.
People that we're as big as the sport is now. Everybody trains most everything, so you just got to assume that the guy you're coming in there to fight is good at all the things that we're all training. So, I'm gonna go out there. I would like to show my hands off a little more than I have in any of my other fights. But I've fought a lot of wrestlers, and it usually goes to that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, as a wrestler myself, I'll tell you, it's easy pickings. You know what we want to do.
Yeah,
We're gonna
they.
move forward.
I hope he protects his neck. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely. Okay, so I got a little bit over here. I can see Julius Walker. I didn't check anything. I wasn't able to check anything on yourself, so the same, my guy.
That hurts.
I know. I apologize. Hey, blame it on your guy right here. They just handed this to me.
Yeah,
right here.
Johnny didn't want me to do the press conference.
So,
Yeah, this is a last minute thing.
So let me ask you the same thing. What is your strongest attribute, or what is it that you're trying to implement in the cage to make sure that the fans remember who you are?
In MMA, generally, you're just going to try to impose your will on your opponent, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to make it my fight. I'm going to try to make him feel like I'm deciding what we're doing and that he's reacting to me. I'm going to try to make it like I'm leading the dance, and that's kind of my goals for tomorrow.
Absolutely. And I might as well not repeat the question down the line. I mean, the same. What is the biggest attribute you bring to peak fighting, and what are you trying to do in terms of bringing yourself to the next fight and giving yourself a chance for maybe a title or to the next level?
I would say that I bring a lot of athleticism to the table. I'm an exciting fighter as well. Maybe I'm not exciting as that guy over there, but you know, I try to put on fun fights and like try to come forward, try to engage. All my wins are by
Would
finish.
you agree that
so.
you're a wrestler, or would you say you're a little
No,
bit?
I'm a fighter. I didn't wrestle. I was a basketball player, so.
Oh yeah, no.
But I mean, I can wrestle, obviously. So I got this cauliflower.
I gotcha. So, coming down the line as well.
I don't know why that was funny.
No, I didn't think it was funny at all.
Thank you.
So coming on down the line, yes, sir. I can't.
Yes, sir. My name is Kaiser.
Kaiser. And afterwards, I'd love to get with you guys and talk with you, and just if you guys have anything you'd like to add. I don't mean to cut you short here, but again, coming into peak fighting. Now, I don't know if I've seen you either. Have we fought for peak before?
No, sir. This is gonna be my second fight.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. And in terms of what you're looking to do in the cage, are you, the same, coming in to implement your will, or do you have a specific game plan outside that?
I'm here to make it look like an artful, beautiful performance and not a fight. Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. And last but not least, sir, the same question down for you at the end. What do you think your greatest attribute is, and how are we going to implement that in the cage tomorrow?
Just like everybody else is, just fighting, man. I'm just here to fight, put on a good show for everybody, myself, the fans, hopefully these fighters, and they'll invite me back again. This is actually a debut for me, so I'm just looking to put my name in the pot to get invited back. So.
Well, I can tell you I'm looking forward to some heavyweights, because I don't think we get to see the big boys go often. Does anybody have anything else? I mean, I'd love to add in. All right, hey guys, sorry I wasn't as prepared, but hopefully tomorrow when I commentate, you can come and tell me more, tell me what an idiot I am, and I'll make sure I tell all your fans everything about you, okay?
Oh, there he is.
Yep, you know me, boy. My first question is for Kobe. No, I don't know if nobody in here knows, but you've fought Parker Didier not once but twice. What is something that you took away from that fight that you can implement into this one?
Both times I fought Parker Didier were wars, and I could be wrong, but he's an undefeated pro right now, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone that's been able to beat me is currently an undefeated pro, so I'm looking to put a stop to that streak.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that. I don't want to be the I don't want to be the benchmark, I guess. I want to be the undefeated pro.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking to correct past mistakes.
So just like Julius, you as well coming up to heavyweight in the Grand Prix from 185. What is something that you're trying to, I guess, put out there? Like, what makes you different from like the other heavyweights in this
That
Grand Prix?
I am just as strong as all the other heavyweights that we have here. I might not be as exciting, but
Definitely not as exciting.
might not be as exciting, but I'm just as strong. I'm creative with my fighting, which could be exciting, but I don't know. I'm just looking to correct my past mistakes.
Right. So from the Parker fight, we noticed that you have hands, you can wrestle, and you got a little bit of jits. What is something that you say that you have better in your arsenal than Julius?
Julius is a great all-around fighter, and I like to say that I too am a very well-rounded fighter. So, no problem, man. So it's gonna I'm looking forward to a war tomorrow, and it's gonna be who has the sharpest mental out of me and Julius. I don't know the man's IQ. I don't know how he was graded during school. So it's what it's gonna come down to is our mental.
He was a school teacher, so
He's currently a school teacher.
I don't know if he is now, but
No, I'm just PE now. I taught math last year.
so that should let you know he's not that
Well,
smart.
I'm a college dropout, so
All right, so
I'm in
now
like
I
my
got
sixth year of college, still trying to get a degree.
got a question for Julius. So you mentioned that you're a basketball player. Used to be college, right? What is something that you took from that into this? Like,
I would say that footwork is one big thing that you can take over from basketball into this, like being able to adjust to moving my body in different ways, just like from playing the game. Like I didn't just play basketball too. I've been an athlete my whole life, and but yeah, man, I would just say probably my footwork is probably the best attribute that came from basketball.
and also like I've watched you fight pretty much all your fights. You've put people to sleep. You've TKO'd people. every fight that you've had has been a fight of the night candidate. Do you expect to have another one of those wars?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kobe's a game fighter. Like, he's fought a lot of good competition. He's got legit experience, and he's a legit dude, and I'm sure he's not here to, play around. So I'm not either. We're not trying to put on no boring fights. I don't want anybody to, be falling asleep when I'm fighting. You know what I mean? I want.
So you've also had the opportunity to train with Parker multiple times.
Yeah.
And you've seen those fights, I'm sure.
Yes.
What is something that you feel like you have over Kobe?
I would say that I'm a longer athlete than he is, and I'd say maybe a little bit more technical striking. I'd say this is a pretty evenly matched fight, and like he said, it's going to come down to mental and who can impose their will better, who can outlast the other, who's got better cardio. I'm sure that we'll both be able to put each other in tough situations, so who can fight out of more tough situations, who can keep going when the going gets tough.
All right, last question. What is something that what does Juicebox bring to this Grand Prix that nobody else does? Like, what is something about you that nobody else has?
I would say, I mean, shoot, we got the most exciting guy. I don't know if I can bring anything that these guys don't have. You know what I mean? They got cool haircuts and whatnot. But I think I can bring some lighthearted humor and a good smile to the Grand Prix.
All right, okay. And I got one more question for John. I seen you fight a while back, Dan Hastings. In that fight, you showed striking, wrestling. You showed some good stuff. What is different now than then? Because I'm sure you've evolved as a fighter.
We hope so. No, Dan Hastings, man, what a great guy, great fighter, big boy. I think he came down from heavyweight, and I went up to 205 for that one. So he was real long, and we knew we had to get a hold of him and drag him to the ground. And I'm pretty good at that. It's not necessarily my favorite thing to do, but when a dude is twice your size, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to leave pretty. I don't want to get beat up in there, but I'm sure my opponent probably is gonna try to do that. So, I work a lot of jiu-jitsu. My boxing has been a lot tighter. I'm very unorthodox. You may watch me strike and be like, did he pick up boxing gloves yesterday? Like, but it's effective. It works. I give guys a good run in the gym, across several gyms. I think maybe Mossberg's guys can attest to that a little bit. But we'll go out there. We fight.
Absolutely. Thank you. And then I got a question for O'Shea.
Yes, sir.
What's up with the hair, brother? I love it.
Man, it's really that exact question that made me do it. I'm O'Shea Jackpot Jordan for a reason. I'm the big money fight in this industry. So you're gonna remember me more than my hair. You're gonna remember me for just knocking people out and putting people to sleep.
Absolutely. I got a question for Johnny. Yeah. So say there's 2 heavyweight fights up here, right, in the Grand Prix?
Yes, 2 of them are, yes.
Can we see the winner of both face each other?
Yeah.
I'm right here.
No, I mean like after their fight. No, like after the fight, like can we see the 2 winners like collide?
Yeah. So
like how does the bracket work?
We're about to release that also, but once this happens, August 13th, if everyone's healthy, that's what we're waiting on health. So if any of them are banged up and they're advancing, we might push their matchup to September, since we have fights every month, and even in October we have two dates. So we have time to work, and we don't want to make someone fight banged up for no reason when we have the time. So we're gonna go forward with that and release that. That'll all be on social media.
Okay, so both of these 2 heavyweight fights are on the same side of the bracket. Can you say that?
No, they were, and there's a bracket issue that we'll talk about later.
It's always an issue with you, Johnny.
What? You can't talk about it right now.
Yeah, no. And then I actually got one more question for Juice. You've had your eye on somebody. Goes by the name David Lopez. And I'm sure he's watching this. Is there anything you want to say to him?
No, because David's too fat, and after this, I'm gonna go back to 205. This is just, I'm trying to win some money real quick, and then I'm going back. I'm going pro. I'm going back to 205, and David would have to quit eating Twinkies if he wanted to make 205.
No.
That's probably not gonna happen.
So that's where you plan to keep your pro career at, is 205, no 85?
No. I like to, have a smile on my face occasionally, and when I cut to 85, I don't think I smiled for like 6 weeks.
That was a shock that he didn't
Can
try
I
to
ask
get
who
in the
that,
Grand Prix.
Could I ask who that? What is it? Sean guy? Is that his name? What's his name?
David
Lopez. Who is that? Who is that guy?
David is
What is he? 6-1, 5?
6-1. He's a really good heavyweight. He's been my best friend since we were kids, so I know. So,
You guys would be a good fight.
there's a backstory between him and Julius. Julius put this guy to sleep and called David out through the cage. So, but we're all homies, so it ain't no hard feelings or anything.
Come on. I trained with David
Nice.
many times,
But I would definitely love to see y'all fight one day. So let's hope we can get David in that Grand Prix, just in case as like an alternate or
Yeah,
something.
make him the alternate.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? If not, we're gonna go on to round 2. Got a next group of fighters coming up. Thanks, guys. We'll stay here and keep it going. Okay, next group we have Roderick Stewart fighting Giovanni Cruz. Giovanni is taking care of something right now. We're hoping he'll be here in a second, but he has something that he has to do for Peak, so he'll be here in a second, hopefully. Mrs. Aberson to my left, Mrs. Debrell, please tell me I said that right, to my right, Chase Mann to my right, and Emmanuel King to my left. If you got any questions, let's get them going and get this going.
Cash Jones.
Cash, what'd I say?
I don't even know, man.
Cash Jones, I don't know what the hell I said. Too many cards in my head, I'm sorry. Craig, you ready to disturb? Okay.
So I actually do have a couple questions off the top of my head. First, I remember a couple of us fighting previously before, and I saw, I remember a pretty big KO win in our last fight. How does that push you forward, and what do you expect coming into tomorrow?
Hello. Man, I'm kind of nervous, honestly. Hold on. Okay, yeah. But no, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm here to kind of have fun, meet people, showcase my talents, and glorify God mostly. So, if one fight is, a victory by KO, it's a blessing for me. I would honestly like to go out there and use more wrestling and jiu-jitsu this time around. So the goal is, to win. It's a sport, and so whenever I was out there with Mr. John Hazelwood, my goal was to win, and same thing kind of goes with Mr. Cash Jones. I'm going to hope to, by the glory of God, God willing, get a victory, but I'm not necessarily looking for a knockout, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. In terms of your last fight, it was over pretty abruptly, maybe not leaving you a whole lot of things to go back and say, well, I need to work on this, I need to work on this. So what's been your main focus in terms of upping your game or increasing your lethality in the cage there?
That's a good question, you know. So I'm a personal trainer, and so I try to help my people get fit any way that I know how. And martial arts, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, just standard grappling. I don't know Krav Maga, but maybe later, right? But the point is, I like to really learn what I'm teaching. And so to answer your question, I mean, simply put, I'm always trying to learn. As soon as I watch myself that first time, I feel like I can do better simply because if God gives me another day, I should be working, whether it's taking care of my kids, taking care of my family, or jiu-jitsu, boxing, or wrestling, you know. So, I mean, everything that I saw there, I hope to improve.
Absolutely. And over to the other side, if I heard correctly, we're fighting Cash Jones. And may I ask, you're coming off of a couple pretty big wins, fighting in a little bit larger promotion, closer to home, and maybe a little bit more pressure with somebody. Do you feel that at all, or do you think this is just another day in the office?
It's just another day in the office. I'm not worried about it. I like having my people here watching me. I like when they get loud. So that's all I got.
Motivator.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything in particular you think that you're going to be able to bring to the fight that is going to be a game changer, or are you just looking for, again, just an opportunity to finish?
Wrestling. I'm going to take them down. I'm going to rain leather on them, It's my game plan every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. Shayna, I think your last fight, Shauna, I'm a horrible person. I'll get it right next tomorrow. I apologize.
She will correct you every time. She
Every
does
time.
me too.
Actually,
I blow it
she's
every
corrected
time.
me in a hotel lobby already prior at the last fights. But I saw you firsthand in your last fight across the cage, and you were very, very. You looked crisp. You looked very good. You were able to really improve upon some of those skill sets that we had seen previously, and you were able to finish very quickly. Do you think that's going to carry on into the next fight, and you're going to be able to elevate the same way in this fight, or are you looking to try to do something a little different?
I try not to get hung up on any one particular thing because you just never know how it's going to go. So I do my best to interpret the situation as is and capitalize on the things that I know how to do.
Awesome, awesome. So in that mind, it's not something you're not really, studying the game of your opponent or anything like that. More of just focusing on what you're doing, or.
At this stage, there's not necessarily a lot to study just because everybody that I've fought so far is pretty young in the sport themselves, myself included, and so there's not always a lot to study.
Right.
And even if you do, it's kind of my mentality that because we're also young, you could shift in a very big way from what I see. So it's always fluctuating. So there's no set game plan that way, just because I expect it to change because we're all continuing to try to get better. Maybe don't necessarily have a strong suit at any point at this stage.
Okay, I understand. And the last is there a specific way that you would like to win a fight, or are you, again, just looking for any way that you can end the fight as quickly as possible?
Any way to end it as quickly as possible. So whether it's striking on the ground, a blend somewhere therein, any way works.
Awesome, thank you. I look forward to watching you again, cage side. It was fun last time. Hey, coming over across to the other side, you heard what she has to say. Do you have anything to add to why that might not be the case tomorrow and she might not be able to implement her plan, or?
I really feel confident in every area. I've been focusing so much on striking, so much on wrestling, on jiu-jitsu. I've literally been in camp since January. I got a fight in March. So started camp January, and then since then, just fighting. And I feel like I've progressed exponentially, learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about the sport, my style as a fighter. So yeah, I feel confident everywhere.
So just coming in, and this being, is this your first fight with Peak Fighting?
Yes.
So coming in so early and a little bit younger against a very skilled opponent, do you feel any pressure fighting for a title, or do you think it's just something, an added bonus?
No, I don't feel any extra pressure. I'm excited. I feel like I deserve it, so let's do it.
Awesome. And just to come back to that flip side, because I almost forgot that we were fighting for a title until I just read my notes there. Is that something that is more of a motivating factor for you, or again, is it just, it's another fight, I need to win this fight to keep progressing my career, and a belt's just a nice notch on our...
The long and short of it is this isn't what I'm working for. I'm working to try to eventually get professional and keep building on from there. So this is just another step to get where I want to go.
Gotcha. Awesome. Best of luck again.
Thank you.
And then, let me scoot back over here. Well, I guess I'll just go to Giovanni because he just sat down. He joined us.
Sir.
How you doing, sir?
Oh. Oh, okay, okay.
No? Hey, I'll go somewhere else.
Brazilians everywhere. At least we won't try to translate in a different language than Portuguese.
So, I was just going to say, I was there for your last fight, and I know that it didn't turn out the way that you wanted the last time for Peak. And really, what have you been working towards, and how are you looking forward to change the outcome for this one?
Estava lá na tua última luta e eu vi como é que foi a sua luta e como é que você planeja agora nessa luta agora para ter a performance que você teve da última vez.
Então, na última vez, na minha última luta, eu acabei não colocando o que eu treinei em prática, o que eu queria fazer, eu acabei não colocando em prática, fiquei nervoso um pouco, mas meu jogo é mais agressivo e eu fiquei muito passivo na hora. E por isso que as coisas não aconteceram. Dessa vez vai ser totalmente diferente, porque eu vou entrar para acabar com o jogo já no primeiro, no máximo no segundo round, finalização, ou indo para nocaute ou finalização.
As you saw the last fight, I was a little bit nervous and I wasn't be able to perform the way that I expected. And for this fight right now, I'm a little bit more comfortable and I'm looking forward to finish the fight as quick as possible, the first or the second round.
And just to ask, do you think that comfort level just came with the, being in a very different place, farther away than you're accustomed to being from home and having to come, again, just for a larger promotion? When you see Peak fighting, you might think, oh, this is just a little kind of thing. I'll show up here in America and we'll put this on these guys. And then you show up and it's pretty big lights and a pretty big deal and a pretty game opponent.
Você acha que pelo fato de você estar longe de casa e ter vindo no Brasil para cá para América, estar no Peak Fighting, que é muito grande, a promoção grande, você acha que isso daí interferiu no processo?
Sim. Sim, acho que interferiu e eu percebi isso quando eu fiz essa luta, a última luta aqui. Eu fiquei muito concentrado no evento grande, na promoção, e acabei deixando isso subir para minha cabeça. Mas hoje já estou mais tempo, eu tinha acabado de chegar do Brasil, então essa adaptação me atrapalhou um pouco, mas nesse momento eu já estou adaptado, estou treinando bastante, e eu sei que dessa vez aí vai ser totalmente diferente.
My first fight, I was just arrived from Brazil. Everything was very new for me, and of course, being a bigger promotion, a lot of lights, a lot of cameras, and these put me a little bit under pressure, and I felt it. But right now, I have been here a little while, and this time right now is going to be different because I'm going to feel a little bit more comfortable with.
Hey, best of luck. Can't wait to watch you cage side tomorrow.
Oh, thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much, Kansas. I'm so very happy here. I love you fighting, promotion the good fighting tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you, sir. Coming across to our opponent, Roderick Stewart. First and foremost, how's it feel fighting for Peak? I don't believe this will be our first fight as well, and I look forward to seeing you. But how's it fighting for Peak? Are you excited about it?
I mean, it feels good. I've been in bigger promotions and big promotions everywhere, and I mean, the cameras and the lights mean nothing to me. So,
I got you. I got some notes in here that said that we were a little late to weigh-ins, and possibly might have been catching a fine from either the commission or Peak. I mean, how does that make you feel? Showing up. I don't know if we were. No, that's not.
It was 4 hours. 4 hours late.
Well, yeah, that's like I read that.
No, he did get fined. We did Peak Fighting find him, and then he had to give 20% of his purse to Giovanni for missing weight by 4 pounds, 5 pounds.
5 pounds. Okay.
4.
I think it was 5. But
4.
it doesn't matter. It's
4.
It's tragic.
I came in the fight.
And was there any specific reasoning behind that? I mean, we'd love to just say, we blame it on you, but did you have a reason for being late to weigh-ins? Were you just having difficulty making? And
Yeah, I've never come this way before, Arkansas, so kind of like timing it between Abilene and here was a little different for us. But we're here to fight, so none of that shit matters now. So,
hey, best of luck. Well, hey guys, I don't have anything more for you guys. Best of luck for you guys. If you have anything you'd like to
It's
add
extra
later,
shit. We're here to fight.
for sure. For the
Extra.
commentary, just holler
It
at
wasn't
me.
even necessary to be said.
I got a question for Giovanni. You train at arguably one of the best gyms in the world. Do you think, like, with the best fighters, best coaches, do you think that gives you the upper advantage coming in against Roderick?
Você treina numa das maiores academias do mundo e pelo fato de você treinar com grandes atletas e grandes coaches, você acha que você te dá uma vantagem para essa luta aqui agora que você vai fazer com o Fighting?
Sim, sim, acho que sim, porque eu treino com vários campeões de grandes eventos. Pode falar os eventos? Não? Então, eu treino com vários campeões dos maiores eventos do mundo, né? Então, isso acaba me ajudando a ter uma base do nível de MMA nacional, mundial, com